Right here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, Tony. Hey, Michael. Hey, Austin. How's it going? We are live
Okay.
from the mothership, 2340 Auburn Avenue, the Recovery Center of Hamilton County.
Yeah, that's right.
How's it going, Judy?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Oh, good.
How was your weekend?
It was good.
Did you do anything fun?
I am enjoying this weather.
This is great, isn't
This
it?
has been phenomenal. Yes, phenomenal.
Is this what we call an Indian summer?
I think so.
I think so, too. I
Yeah.
never was sure on that, but it's hot outside, so I'm going to call it an Indian summer.
Yeah, I've been out, walking and hiking and, kayaking and doing all kinds of fun stuff.
Recently?
Yeah.
Good for you. You know what? You're doing it for me, too, then, because I've been doing nothing. I'm just going to piggyback on your stuff. Go kayaking for me this week, will you?
Okay.
Where'd you go kayaking?
At the park, Winton Woods.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You rent them, or did you?
You can rent them. Yeah.
Yeah. How was it?
It was great.
Good.
Yeah. It's a little chilly though. I mean, the weather is nice, but if you've ever kayaked,
I don't know if I've ever
you
kayaked.
get water in the kayak.
Oh, yeah. It gets a little chilly.
Yeah.
I got you.
And it's okay, when you're paddling and you're doing okay, but once you get up out of the thing,
Mm-hmm.
you have a wet seat.
Gotcha. I've canoed. I haven't canoed in over a year, though, but I like canoeing. Kayaking seems like it'd be too hard for me.
It's the same as canoeing.
Seems like there was a lot of effort to that.
No.
No. Did you
No.
fish?
No.
No.
Don't fish.
Yeah, I don't fish either. I don't have the patience for it.
Same here.
It's like golf. I don't have the patience for golf.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. I could putt though. I like putt.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah. And that's golf, pretty much. Poor man's golf.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you are out in the audience on the web somewhere, let us know, please, so we can mark you down. So we know that you were here to say hi or say, get another co-host because Bill's not cutting it, whatever you want to say. Just let us know where you are. So we have Michael, we have Austin, and we have Tony. Michael, what's the question?
Who do you think gonna take the game next Sunday between the Bengals and Pittsburgh?
For real?
I already know. I'm asking you though.
All right. My Cowboys almost beat the Steelers yesterday
I heard about that.
Almost.
with their fourth quarterback of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So I do have hope for the Bengals.
You think the Bengals? I was thinking about this. They don't get used to the Bengals sneak attack. The Bengals will lead off. We think they're doing pretty good. About an hour and 37. Bam, swam. Either be a tie score. Excuse me, my man.
You're good.
Either be a tie score or they be a couple points ahead, and then they seem to sneak attack on them. They don't get used to them. They know the Bengals do it.
Right.
They lead off for a little bit, or the team will lead off, and the Bengals sneak back too. But they don't get used to them. They got to go sneak attack about themselves.
Are they playing in Cincinnati or in Pittsburgh, Michael? Pittsburgh.
And then that's on turf. You know
It's going to be an awfully tough game, I think.
Very, very hard.
Austin, what do you have?
Remember I told you that 2 weeks ago, the Bengals are gonna whoop Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh really got whooped last night. I'm looking right at it. It's a roughing the pass. They showed this man pushing the man on down. She didn't never be short. That's how Pittsburgh won. Because they had a 4th down. And they gave them first down. They took the game right.
Oh, really?
But they still almost came back and beat them. They didn't have enough time. 9 seconds. All they had was 2 seconds. Threw the ball down there, and the guy knocked the ball over.
Yep. Pittsburgh knocked the ball away in the end zone with less than a minute to go. The Cowboys would have come away with a victory. But you know what? It would have confused me, Judy. I wouldn't have understood why the Cowboys won. So I'm kind of glad they didn't.
Look, Pittsburgh's good. But look at what's name. They good too. Look what happened to them last night.
Who's that?
31-3.
Oh, Tom Brady had the worst night of his career.
Wow. Wow.
They got beaten 38-3 by the Saints. And kind of interesting because Drew Brees, who was the other quarterback for the Saints, set the all-time record for the most touchdown passes in the game with 3. And so for his career, he's got more than Tom Brady now. They're just going back and forth.
That's great.
But Brady had his worst game ever. And what I thought was really wild about the game, New Orleans only ran the ball 5 times last night. And one of those was a kneel down. He really only ran the ball 4 times.
What's a kneel down?
Where when time was running out in the first half, quarterback just took a knee.
They can do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just to run the clock out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
27 points in the,
Yeah, Breeze had 31 points in the first half. It was 31-0. Tom Brady finished with 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. A quarterback rating of less than 10,
Oh,
which is
wow.
awfully bad.
Yeah, that sounds really bad.
Watch a little small square come on and whoop the Saints like they ain't nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
Saints can be beat, they already got beat.
I don't think so tough.
Anything can happen in football. Anything can happen in the NFL,
Yes.
and it did yesterday. But the Bengals didn't lose.
No, that's because they didn't play.
That was my takeaway from yesterday, Judy. The Bengals did not lose.
They didn't play.
Mm-mm. So we have, the name of the show is Sports, Shorts, and More, right?
Right.
So we always talk about sports, but
Right.
we never really do more. So I thought today we would just do more.
Oh, okay.
It'll still be sports related, but
What's more?
I don't know yet. We haven't really defined more. Kind of, we can talk about whatever we want to talk about,
Okay.
which I like.
I
Kind
like
of
that too.
leaves everything's up for grabs.
Yeah.
Yes, Melvin.
Hey, we almost be giving out the best college game. What do you think about that,
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
Notre Dame. I only watched the last 2 overtimes, the 2 overtimes of that game. So I didn't see, but Clemson played him well with a freshman quarterback.
Yeah. Because I didn't think it was the number 1 quarterback was on the sideline.
Yep. I wish that Larry was here. Larry's not here today because Larry had predictions that were just off the charts last time.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and thankfully none of them came true. Ohio State handled Rutgers very well.
That's good.
He had predicted Rutgers over Ohio State, and my Hoosiers beat Michigan for the first time in about 150 years. So that was nice. First time in 26 years, I think. Hello, Linda. Thanks for being here. Linda, in case you missed it, the name of the show is Sports, Shorts, and More, and we're talking about more today because sports is not really doing it for us right now for some reason. Oh, I know why. Because all there is football.
Oh, yeah. That's
There's
right.
nothing
That's
else
it.
going on.
Nothing. Zip.
Mm-mm.
Zero.
That's okay. Yes, Linda, Ohio State looked awfully good. Their quarterback is just fantastic. That kid threw first 2 games had only thrown 5 incompletions.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. He looked awfully good. Linda, would you say you love? I put on my eyeballs.
Yeah, no, I can't read that either.
Oh, we're Penguins too. I love Penguins. That's nice. Thank you, Linda, for the Penguins. I appreciate that. So if you, Linda, if you have anything you'd like us to discuss, let us know. If anybody out there does, let us know. Tony, you too, Michael, you, Melvin, anybody wants to make a prediction. Who does Ohio State have next? Anybody know? Yeah, they closed it out with Michigan. I'm not who they have coming up next. Michigan is 1-2 now, I think. Maybe 1-3. No, they're 1-2. And John Harbaugh, we talked about him last week a little bit, coach for Michigan. Chris asked if he was going to be on the hot seat.
Yes.
Yeah, he's on the hot seat. The seat is very hot.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan fans won't put up with that for very long.
No.
Ohio State has Maryland. Yay. That should be a big win.
Oh, man.
I hope so. I hope Ohio State rolls to that Michigan game. And I think they have them at Michigan this year, but Michigan just doesn't look very good. The Pac-10 started playing football this weekend.
Really?
It's really weird for me to see scores because they put the record up too.
Mm-hmm.
And some teams have played 8 games and some have only played 1.
Wow.
So I'm not sure how the college football playoff people are going to handle that.
Me either.
With teams that have only played half as many teams as others. But yes, Notre Dame's playing an ACC schedule this year. They're playing in the ACC, so Clemson was by far their toughest game. Yep. I'm not sure who they have next. We can look and see.
Ask the magic box.
Judy, tell us a story. Put you on the spot, didn't
Yeah.
I?
Tell you what story.
Let's look at this. See,
I got several stories.
give
I
us a
could tell
good
you.
one.
Oh gosh. Well, it's not exactly a short story, but you know, let's see. Well, it was a time that my friend Rick and I went to Chicago. We went to Wrigley Field.
Oh yeah.
Never been to Wrigley Field, so
Okay.
it was on the list. And so we're traveling there, and of course, we never been there, so we got a little turned around,
Mm-hmm.
and it was raining, and so we got the subway, and we asked someone where to get off, and they said this place and that place, and so by the time we got to the game, thankfully it was an hour, the time change thing, so that made it so we actually got there on time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
so I was like, yay. And it had been raining for like 2 hours or an hour or something like that. And so finally we get there and we're walking in to our seats. And we come out of the dark, shade and into the light. And there's our seat. And all of a sudden, everybody started applauding.
Hey, Judy's here.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Everybody stood up and they were applauding, and I'm like, yay, that's right, I'm here, and what's going on? And so we look around and they were applauding the guys taking the tarp off the field.
You intercepted the ground crew's applause. I love it.
Well, they weren't applauding until we walked out.
Yep.
Out of the darkness into the light. The sun came out. It was all
It's a
great.
beautiful moment.
And people were like, yay,
That's
and I'm
funny.
like, thank you, and Rick's like, they're not applauding you. And I'm like, who are they applauding then? And he goes, the grounds cover, the grounds people. They're taking the tarp off the field. And I'm like, oh.
I love it.
Well.
I've been to Wrigley one time. I went for opening day in 2008, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
it was a lot of fun. It was
Yes.
cold.
Oh, the wind.
Yeah,
The
it
wind
was
comes
cold
off
that
the
day.
lake. Yeah. Well, it was in the summertime, and so it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was a great ballpark. I mean, it chalks up there with one of the better ones.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so tiny. No offense
It's
to
very,
Wrigley Field, but
very intimate.
it's tiny, And we're sitting there, and they're playing, and you look over to my right. I mean, we were in right field. Yeah, and I look over and there's a person sweeping off their porch, and it looked like I could throw a ball and hit them. That's how close they were.
Yep.
So it's tiny, but beautiful, very intimate, very very baseball.
It's a very historic place to see a game.
Oh yeah, it's like the second oldest.
Yep, it is next to Fenway.
Yep.
Fenway's the oldest. You been to Fenway?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to have been.
Oh yes, yeah. Fenway, that was in 1912.
I've been to Fenway one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's magical. It is absolutely magical. I mean, if you're a football, listen to me. If you're a baseball fan, at all baseball fan, you've got to go to Fenway. It's got to be on your to-do list. Your
I
bucket
agree
list.
completely. You told me something a week or two ago that I was really jealous of. You said you've been to the Polo Grounds. Then you said the house that Ruth built.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually got to go to old Yankee Stadium, the house that Ruth built.
That's pretty cool.
I got to go there before they tore it down and put up the new one.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite an experience.
Yeah.
Because just being in New York is an experience.
That's very
own,
true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Especially when you come from, Cincinnati or the Midwest and you go there and it's just like, I've never walked so fast in my life.
Yeah. Trying to keep up.
Yeah, trying to keep up.
I get it.
Yeah. We have friends that live in Newburgh, and they told us, that's where we stayed with. And they told us, okay, what you need, if you're going to go down into New York City, downtown, he said, walk fast,
Mm-hmm.
act like you know you were going.
That's true.
And wear your hat around backwards. What it had to do with it, I don't know.
Because he making fun then?
I
You
don't
wear your hat
know.
backwards?
Yeah, I wore sunglasses and had around backward and we walked very, very, very fast and very, very fast. And
I love New York City.
it was crowded. It was noisy. Um, it was crowded. And and there was a lot of stuff going on there. I
Yeah.
mean, it was,
Yeah.
but everybody was nice to us.
That's what I think too. Everyone was nice to me in New York. Yeah.
Everybody was nice to us.
I've been there for New Year's Eve 3 times, and it's been wonderful.
And
Cold, but
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Well, everybody was nice. Everybody was friendly, except for the one guy. But I told my friend Rick not to ask him directions, but other than that, we stopped, asked people. They were very helpful, very, very helpful. Well, that kind of reminds me. Speaking of helpful people, this reminds me of the story of Rick and I, our first time, in New York, right? And we didn't have tickets for the game. We were just going to, scalp some tickets or buy tickets. And
yeah, can you do that anymore? Can
Yes.
you still scalp tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
You can do that,
Okay.
And my friend, I thought, what the heck, So we get there, and and we're on the subway, right? And we're supposed to act like we know where we're going,
Right.
but
Yep.
we don't. We
Okay.
don't know what stop to make, on the subway, because you have to know, so you
Yep.
get off at the right place. And so I'm just like, okay. So my friend Rick, he has this map, where to get off or whatever, but he's not bringing the map out and looking at it. He's like holding it down here, and being real secretive about it
Okay.
and looking at it, and I'm like, come on, Rick, we got to know what stop to get off at. I'm working on it. Okay. I said, just bring the map out, and look at it. It'd be so much easier. That's, a woman, just bring it out. Just get it done. We got to know it because we're getting close to that. And I guess I was just saying this, louder than I thought I was, because this guy across from us, big, burly, guy, looked like a biker, real mean looking, dude. And and so the guy looks over to me, Rick, and we both have our baseball hats on,
Backwards.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, backwards, yeah. I think I might have turned mine around. But so the guy's like, "You going to the game?" He just like shouted it at us, like he didn't say, "Excuse me, are you going to the
Right,
game?
right.
I can help you." No, he says to me, he just kind of made eye contact and said, "You're going to the game?"
Mhm.
And I'm like, Rick, I think this guy's talking to you. Because there's a big scary guy here, and I think he's talking to you, and Rick's like, I'm not gonna make eye contact because I don't know. We'll find it ourselves. And I said, yes, we are. And so the guy's like, he goes, well, then you got to get off at such and such, stop. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, you want to get off at that stop. You don't want to go to the next one. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. I appreciate that, And he goes, yeah, no problem, I'm like, okay, And then he says, oh, and then it kind of went down south, got bad when Rick turned his head around.
Oh, okay. So the advice was good advice.
Yes.
Did you get the right stop? Was it the right
Yes,
stop?
we got the right stop, but Rick turned his head around and he wore a Boston Red Sox hat.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, thank you.
What's crazy? Okay.
Yes, thank you. I told him
You're asking for it.
You're asking for it.
Yep.
I told Rick, do not wear that hat. We're in New York City. They don't play.
And they don't like the Red Sox.
They don't like the Red Sox. Is their rival, roughest rival, ever. And Rick said, oh, I just like the hat because it has B, and he's an artist, and he's
Okay.
like, I think the font of the B is so artistic, and I just love it, and I'm like, I don't care if you love it or not, you're not wearing that hat, I'm not gonna have to deal with this.
Right.
So, the guy was real friendly and told us everything we needed to know to get to where we needed to go. And then Rick turned his hat around and the guy's like, Boston, they suck. And he goes, if I'd known you were a Boston fan, I would have told you, to get the hell out of here. And I'm like, oh gosh. So fortunately, his stop was the next
coming
one.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. So he got up and he gets up and he goes and he points at Rick, and says, they're gonna lose, your team's gonna lose today. Boston wasn't even playing New York, but they weren't even playing. But anyway, he still said that. So the guy leaves, and I turned to Rick and I said, don't wear that hat into the stadium. Trust me, do not wear that hat into the stadium. So Rick goes, but the B is for baseball.
No,
and I said, please don't ever repeat that sentence again, because I don't want to be mugged.
Right.
And if you say that to somebody here who's a hardcore, baseball fan, they're going to just pulverize you, and I'm not going to be there to help you.
Did he wear the hat in?
Yes.
He did. How'd it go?
Not well.
Not well. Yeah, I can see that.
Not well at all. We first of all, we had to get tickets.
Oh yeah, who wants to sell you tickets and got a Boston hat on?
Yeah, that's what I told Rick.
Yeah.
I said, Rick, take the hat off.
Prices just went up 100%.
That's what I told him. I said, Rick, take the hat off. Why? I said, take it off. I know what I'm doing here. He goes, put it in his jacket, or whatever. So we haggled over his, tickets. And Rick and I have this little, it's not good cop, bad cop, but it's kind of like a baseball fan, not baseball fan. So we reverse identities here. I'm the huge baseball fan.
Okay.
And Rick's like, he's just going because I want him to go with me. He's not real crazy about it, but he goes, So we reverse roles, and Rick is the huge baseball fan. And then I act like, the girlfriend that does not want to go to the game,
All right.
So
I like it.
It works great.
That's awesome.
It's worked every time. And Rick's like, I want to go to the game. And I'm like, I don't want to go to this stupid game. Do we really have to do this? I don't want these tickets. I don't want to go. Don't spend all that kind of money. They're not worth that. So that the scalper's like.
So you're doing the negotiating.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Gotcha.
Always. Because I know how it works. And so we come to a price, and Rick's like, come on, man. He's like, give me a better deal, He's like, she don't want to go, but if I could get it down low enough, she'll go for it, and the guy gives in, So we get our, money and we go into the stadium.
That's awesome. I like it.
It's great. And so everything was going fine. We get to our seat. It's a magical place. The Boston and Fenway, it's just the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Is so thick.
Yep.
You have to brush it away from your face.
That's a good way to say that. I like that. It's very poetic.
Yes. It's just you just have to take a moment and you have to stand there and you have to take it all in, because it's a wonderful experience.
That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Linda said that Ohio State plays Maryland next week, and that's true. They do. Maryland is 2-1. They beat Penn State last week, 35-19.
Wow.
So either Penn State's way down this year or Maryland's pretty decent. I don't know. They got clobbered their first game by Northwestern. They lost by 40.
Wow.
Then they beat Minnesota, who I thought was going to be really good this year.
I thought they were supposed to be good.
Yeah, they were. Then they beat Penn State at Penn State.
Wow.
So I guess Ohio State goes on the road to play them. They have to play them at Maryland next Saturday. But Ohio State's number 3. I think Cincinnati is number 5 now.
The Bearcats?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yep, because they beat Houston, and I think somebody in the top 5 lost. Oh, I'm looking at Maryland. Sorry. Let's see. NCAA football. Standings. Cincinnati is number 7. I thought they were number 5. They're number 7.
It's not bad.
No, that's pretty good. We'll take that.
Yeah.
4-0, number 7. Who do they have next week? Because I think they could run the table.
You think so?
Yeah. Let's see who all they have to play. Their conference is kind of down. They've got East Carolina. That should be a win. They've got UCF. That should be a win. Temple and Tulsa. Tulsa is really the toughest game remaining. They were supposed to play Tulsa a couple of weeks ago, but COVID got them,
Oh,
so they didn't get to play that game.
that's a bummer.
Yeah. But they look awfully good. They would be the top school from a non-big conference on the CFP championship. I'm not sure when that comes out, when the first ratings for the CFP playoff come out, but it's going to be a few weeks, I guess, sometime after Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So when we went to Wrigley,
Mhm.
we had an extra ticket.
Oh.
And so we sold it to someone looking for a ticket.
Mhm.
And then we went and had a drink. There are all kinds of bars outside Wrigley.
Oh my God, yes. That's that thing that really amazed me. There's never a rain delay in Wrigley. Never a rain delay in Wrigley. They will play. Even if they have to wait 2.5 hours,
Mhm.
they will.
Mhm.
And it's really cool because everybody leaves the stadium. And outside the stadium is this humongous tent. It's huge. And everybody crams underneath this tent. And they drink.
That's awesome. And so
Yeah.
you can get back in with your.
Oh, yes. That's the thing that amazed me. All these other ball games I've gone to, stadiums, you can't, leave. If you leave,
Right.
you won't get
Can't
back,
come back
in.
in. Yeah.
But they encourage it in Chicago. It was amazing because, Rick and I were late. We got on the wrong subway. We got on the wrong thing. We're this wrong and that wrong. And, finally we get there. And there's all these people out in this tent.
hmm
And I'm thinking, Rick, I think the game's over, or I think they called a rain delay or something, and because we traveled all the way from Cincinnati, to see this game. And so I'm thinking, oh no, so so we asked somebody, what's going on here? Why is everybody, in this tent? Oh, it's a rain delay. And I was like, oh, so they're not going to play. Oh, no, no, no. No, the guy said, oh, no, we always play. Always, 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 he pounded on the, the counter,
Mhm.
play, and I'm like, oh, that's great, and he's like, yeah, we're just, sitting here drinking and waiting. And I'm like, okay.
How do they know when to go back in?
The announcer tells them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
The announcer, tells them. The announcer, I guess, in the booth, calls up the place, the guy in the tent, says, okay,
Send them all over.
send them all over.
That's
So
awesome.
all these people, just kind of herd on over, and we go in the front gate. It's like, okay, I got a ticket, nobody took the ticket because they all thought we were just
Coming back in.
coming back in.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just herds of people.
Mhm.
We just blended in, Well, I saw the opportunity, and I thought, well, if this is going to happen, why not,
Yep.
When in doubt,
Follow the crowd.
yeah, exactly.
Act like you know what you're doing.
That's the key.
Yep.
Act like you know what you're going.
Yep.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Act like you know where you're going. So that's what we did.
That's cool.
And Rick's like, what? Huh? Ooh, come on, Rick. Let's go. He's like, well, don't we have to? No, just shut up and and walk with me. Oh, okay.
Got him in the stadium.
It did. It was just, they just opened up the gates, and everybody just files in and goes about their way.
Linda said that rain means a longer time to party.
Yes, exactly. That's what the man said. I said, so everybody comes out in this tent and just drinks. And he goes, yeah, that's what rain delays are for.
That's great.
Most places they're like upset, but in Chicago, a rain delay, everybody's like, yay.
Right? It's a bonus.
Yeah. And they all rush out to this tent,
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. It was, yeah, very interesting. And that's the same place, that people started applauding when we walked out
Yep.
to found our seat,
Yep. So, what park have you not been to that you'd really like to go to?
Oh gosh, I don't know because I've been to Wrigley, I've been to Fenway, I've been to Camden Yards,
Mm-hmm.
see Cal Ripken, um,
Sky Dome.
the Sky Dome. Yes, I will always call it the Sky Dome.
Yep.
I don't care what they call it now.
I don't even know what they call it.
I
now.
have no idea, but to me, it will always be the Sky Dome.
Yep.
And and then Jacobs Field.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what they call it either, but
The Jake. I still call it the Jake.
I still call it the Jacobs Field. And yeah, that's 5.
I went to Jacobsville for a day game,
So did we.
and we parked downtown on the street.
Yes.
Got a great parking spot.
Yes.
Came back after the game, and the car was gone
Oh dear.
because they shut down the parking downtown during day games. But they do it an hour and a half or 2 before the game when we got there really early.
Mm-hmm.
And there were no signs saying you can't park here.
I hate
So,
when that happens.
Yeah. So I don't like Cleveland. I didn't like them before, and I certainly didn't like them after. But it was cool to be there.
Ooh, yeah.
That was fun. I went to see the Rockies play in Colorado. That was fun.
Oh, Mile High Stadium.
Yep. So
Mhm.
Coors Field.
Coors Field. Oh,
Coors
yeah.
Field.
My bad.
Saw Arizona play in
Yeah.
Arizona. That was fun. They put us on the big jumbotron. That was cool.
Oh, cool.
I've been to Camden Yards, but we were staying in Washington D.C.
So were we.
Yeah, and we
Mhm.
took the train down
Yep.
there
So did we.
and asked the concierge at the hotel what time the game was, and he told us 7:00 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we went down early. We got there about 4, and we got to Camden Yards, and people were coming out, like flooding out. It was a day game, so we completely missed it.
Oh.
So I have not been in Camden Yards.
Oh.
But I've been to Wrigley,
My gosh.
Fenway. Never been to the Sky Dome. I'd like to go.
It's
The only
fun.
dome I've ever been to, I think, is the Astrodome. I caught a ball in the Astrodome.
All right.
Yeah, I was in the outfield, and Delino DeShields hit a ball.
You remember.
I do, and I caught
Wow.
it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's the only ball I've ever caught.
I've never caught a ball.
It was fun.
But I don't really have to worry about catching them because or getting hit with one because everybody just clambers on
Yeah, they
top
do.
of you.
Yeah, they
You
do.
know, so I worry more about getting somebody falling on me,
Right.
you know, in
Yeah.
order to catch a fly ball.
Yep.
But
I can see that.
we were at a day game. Cleveland.
Mhm.
Cleveland was when we had the day game. It was 90 degrees when the game started.
Wow.
It was like 60 degrees when the game ended.
Mhm. That's a total difference, isn't it?
Oh my
A little chilly.
God. Was that chilly? I had shorts, and a t-shirt because it was 90 degrees when we
Mhm.
went into the game. And I'm thinking, okay, it's just like Cincinnati, it'll be a little, it's going to drop a little
Yeah.
bit, but not,
Right.
30 degrees.
And the wind coming off the lake. The lake is right
Yes.
there. It's very chilly.
Yes. So I was so cold. I went into the gift shop and I was like, I don't care, what it is. I need a sweatshirt,
Mm-hmm.
and so I ended up with this Cleveland Indian sweatshirt
Oh my
that
goodness.
I did not want.
That's
but-
funny. Did you ever
but-
wear it again?
Oh, I sold it.
You sold it. Okay.
Yeah, I sold it.
I like it.
But I was so darn cold that I just, and of course, finding an adult small is always a challenge.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, always a challenge. I think they had to dismantle a mannequin or something
Mhm.
to find me a small because this guy's like, the only small we have is on the mannequin. And I was like, okay, let's tear it apart. I started ripping limbs off of that thing, arms and trying to force, the head off of the mannequin and, just disrupting the entire display, and this person's probably thinking, wow, is this crazy person,
That is funny.
Well, when you're cold,
Yes. You do what you got to do.
that's right.
Cold is not good. I'd rather be hot than cold anytime.
Me too.
Yeah, cold just gets to my feet. I
Yeah.
don't like that.
Well, I was cold. When I get cold, I get desperate.
When I get cold, I get desperate. Judy, that's the quote of the day right there. When I get
It's
cold, I
true.
get desperate. I like it.
Yeah, don't even ask me about hungry. I'm even worse when I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm with you. Yeah, hangry.
Yes. Yes, when I get hungry, my blood sugar stops dropping. And I'm turning into a very, very vicious,
It's
desperate
understandable.
person.
Got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Linda said that the Masters will be on her TV this coming weekend. It's her husband's choice.
The Masters?
Yeah, the Masters is being played this weekend. Can you believe that? I wonder if they're going to play it again in
That's a
April.
little.
Yeah, they're
I know.
April.
Yeah, COVID, stopped them from playing. So
7 months late.
wow.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to play it in April again next year, like on time. I don't know, probably. Tiger won the Masters last year, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, after 11 years of not winning one.
Was it? That's
think so.
right. I remember that. That was his comeback.
Yep, that was his
Yeah,
comeback.
yeah. It was very dramatic. I remember that. Oh God, it seems like a lifetime ago.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
Linda said Sergio Garcia tested positive when playing. I like Sergio. I saw that
Yes.
too.
Yeah, I like Sergio
That made me a
too.
little sad.
Oh.
He's fun to watch.
Yes. Yes.
So Indiana won. We told Indiana beat Michigan
Right.
last week at Indiana. So they're number 10 right now,
Okay.
and Ohio State's number 3, and they could play in 2 weeks. So that'll be a big one. I think Ohio State has them at home though, which is good. But you know what? Do you think there's much of a home field advantage with no crowd?
No.
I don't either. I think that's what made the NBA playoffs a little more exciting because there wasn't a home crowd. There wasn't a crowd.
There wasn't a crowd, period.
Yeah.
That was the first World Series I've ever watched where there was no home field advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. They played them in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Very
Nice
strange.
ballpark. But
Beautiful
weird.
ballpark, but yeah, weird. Yeah, definitely. Well, who is playing in the Masters?
Well, I hope Tiger's going to play. I don't know. Golf and
Yeah.
My dad loved golf. He lived on a golf course. He lived on the first fairway, and he
Oh,
played golf his
that's
whole
nice.
life. And he really wanted me to play golf. But I was the person that I would hit off the tee on like the 4th hole, and I would drive the cart down and park on my ball or park on your ball and pretend like we couldn't find it. And I'd pretend to help you look for it, knowing all the time it was under the wheel of the cart. And that's just not really fun for a golfer. So as much as my dad wanted it, I just couldn't do it.
Oh, I wonder if Jordan Spieth.
I'm sure.
I like
sure.
him.
I wonder
He's a good guy.
Wonder who is the
Yeah, and there's probably that one guy. I can't think of his name. He's really good. He's not young. He's just.
I'll tell you who's been tearing it up is that DeChambeau guy, Bryson DeChambeau.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, he's been tearing it up.
Yes, that's definitely the one. He's really good. And then there's another guy. I can't think of. And if you say the name, I would know it. But he's really good.
So they're going to play the Masters with no spectators,
What?
no grandstands.
What?
Yeah.
They're in the grandstands.
Yep.
They're not close to the people.
Mm-mm.
Sure,
And the
That's wild.
grandstands are outside.
right?
What's that, Tony?
I said, turn them on, right?
Yeah.
No grandstands.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
That's wild. You know, I used to do some stringing for a radio network. That means I would go to games and get tape after the games in the locker room,
Mhm.
do interviews. And the guy that I worked for was going to cover the Masters one year and called me and said he was, I think they were having a baby, he and his wife, and he couldn't go, and asked me if I wanted to cover the Masters.
Wow.
And I
that would
said,
be great.
yeah, I said I would love to, but I'd have to drive. I would have had to drive from Dallas to Augusta.
I
And
would've-
so I said no.
what?
And it turned out that I would have got to play around at Augusta because his name was drawn from a hat. They put all the media names in a hat
Mhm.
and they draw them out, and 1 or 2 media members get to play Augusta every year. And his name
No
so I
way.
would have been able to play Augusta. Yeah.
Ah,
but I
that's
said
beautiful.
no.
Beautiful
Yeah.
place. Beautiful. And there will be no azaleas.
No azaleas. That's right. You're right. Because of the time of the year.
Yeah.
That's right.
And there's just this having nothing to do with sports, but they force the azaleas to bloom so that they can be there, beautiful when they play the Masters.
It's gorgeous. It really
It
is.
is. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Well, I thought, all of Augusta, or all of, Georgia, or is beautiful.
Justin Rose. Couldn't think of Justin Rose. He'll be in there too.
And then there's another one. I can't think of his name either.
I like, because Chris reminds me of this guy, Phil Mickelson.
Yes, lefty.
Yep, I like him.
Yes,
I was
yes.
sitting in a meeting with Chris one day, and there were two other people in the meeting, and I wasn't paying a lot of attention like I should have been. I think I zoned out for a minute. I looked at Chris, and I thought, oh my God, I'm looking at Phil Mickelson, man. He just looked just like him. If he'd have picked up a pen and started writing something with his left hand, I would have been convinced. Linda says, not a sport, but she's sad about Alex Trebek. I agree.
Oh, yeah. He died last night.
I agree.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, I'm a Jeopardy fan. It's kind of a sport. Kind of.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
There's no ball involved.
No.
There has to be some kind of,
If
round
chess can be a
object.
sport,
Well,
then
that's
I think,
true.
I think Jeopardy could be a sport.
Yeah, you're right. Well, they have poker on ESPN, so
Yeah, right.
and that's just I see that's not a sport.
Not for me.
No.
No.
I mean, chess, there is a lot of strategy involved, but still.
I went to a casino a couple weeks ago, and all they have was slot machines.
Oh, the one-armed bandits.
Yeah, and it was over way too fast.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what
Just-
you mean. I won $17 on the one-armed bandit one time.
Did you walk away?
I ran away.
Good job. Very nice.
It was an interesting and exhilarating experience, because it says that you won. All of a sudden, ching 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 ching. That was exciting,
That is fun.
And so I grabbed all of the all the money, and I told Rick, I said, "Come on, let's get the hell out of here."
Mm-hmm.
And we did. We ran.
Figure out what to do with our $17.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
I like it.
Yeah. Well,
Linda said she thought of me because of Jeopardy at the RC. So we do Jeopardy every Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning.
I didn't know that.
Yep, it's online. It's a lot of fun. It's on Zoom. And if you haven't been to Jeopardy on Wednesdays, come by because it's a lot of fun. Linda said she won $60 at a casino and ran away too. Good for you. I'm not that smart. I'll sit till I lose it all. Plus more.
Oh no. I actually was in Vegas once. That was it. Never going back.
Yeah.
Never going back. That place is just it's like,
It's
overload.
sensory overload.
Sensory overload. That's exactly what it
Yep.
is. I mean, everywhere you look, there is something blinking at you.
Right.
Blinking at you, yelling at you, screaming at you, doing something at you. You can't get away from it.
You're right.
I went outside where the fountain was to get away from all the noise. You know what they did? They hide speakers in the bushes. They hide speakers in the bushes that blare music at you. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to get away from this. Oh, it was terrible. Well, it wasn't my choice. We were there for a wedding.
Okay.
Yeah. My friend Rick, he was the best man. And he had a real good, group discount because there's like 30 of us.
Yeah.
And so they had a really, really good discount on the hotel
Mhm.
and the flight. So is someplace new and different.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yay.
I'd like
Yeah.
to do that for a weekend.
Yeah.
I've only flown through Las Vegas. I've only been in the airport. Never been on the ground there.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I've been in Reno though. I lost money in Reno. So
Oh.
it's like mini Vegas.
Yeah, so Rick and I were there, and we stayed at the MGM Grand, and we thought, okay, we were going to go down and see what the whole casino thing is like. So we get there, and we're standing there and watching these people bet, and so I watched this one guy lose more money in 5 minutes than I made in an entire year.
Wow.
Yes. Gone. Just
That's
like
amazing.
that. So I turned to Rick and I said, "You're not sitting at this table."
Saving the trouble, huh?
Yeah, because he was thinking about, I can do this, I got it figured out, and I'm like, so I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I was like, you're not sitting down at this table.
The best odds in Vegas, the best odds at any casino that has them is craps.
Yes.
Those are the best odds, and I don't understand how to play craps. So
you dice, right?
I got that part. Yeah, I got to
that's
throw the
all I
dice
know.
part. I don't know what I'm looking for.
And no snake eyes.
Linda said she stayed at the Bellagio when she was in Vegas.
Oh, it's beautiful too.
She said the fountain was orchestrated to music.
Yes, that was probably the bright spot of the entire visit.
Yeah.
Was the Bellagio, and they have the fountains and the water, and it's timed to music.
That's amazing.
And they have these are water cannons,
Mhm.
and it was amazing because it's perfectly timed to the music.
That's really cool.
Perfectly. You could sit there and watch it for an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just amazing.
Did they have the roller coaster on top of the casino when you were there? Remember that?
Yeah, I don't remember.
You didn't ride that, huh?
No, I don't do roller coasters.
No?
No.
Really?
No.
Those are pretty high, Judy.
No, I don't do roller coasters. Don't like the G-force.
Yeah.
I would hurt someone if they forced me to get on a roller coaster, and I would literally do that. Hurt somebody.
I got a season pass to Kings Island this year.
Oh, right.
Because I have this friend and she has a season pass and her kids do. And so we went one time and I only rode one thing. They have this, I don't even know how to explain it. Hang with me here. So they put this harness thing on you, right?
I'm hanging.
Okay, thank you, Judy. And they flip you on your front, so you're facing the ground. You're about this high off the ground, and you're laying on your stomach. And they haul you up. I don't know, 7,000 million feet. It's really high. It's maybe 15 stories or so.
Oh wow!
And they drop you. And there was a person on either side. The kids, the boys, were on either side of me. They were 11 and 10. And so I figured that since I was with them, I couldn't cry, I couldn't scream, I couldn't yell "let me out." I had to behave like a big boy.
Yeah.
So I did, and they drop you, and you fall maybe 3 or 4 stories. Just dead fall.
Oh hell no!
And then the rope or the cable catches you, and you swing for a while.
Hopefully the cable catches you. No.
But I don't like roller coasters because I don't like that thing that comes down over you like this.
Oh, okay.
Because I get kind of freaked out when I can't move my shoulders or get out of something.
Me too.
So I'm trying to get over that because I really want to ride Orion, the new roller coaster, because I like roller coasters. I just get freaked out by that.
I like roller coasters. Now, my friend Rick, he loves roller coasters. He is a huge fan of roller coasters. In fact, we went all the way up to SeaWorld.
Yeah, did you go to Cedar Point?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yep.
Yeah, Cedar Point, which is close to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
It began with an S.
it's a great one too. That's one of the best in the world.
Millennium, is that it?
Could be. I don't know.
I don't know. But at the time, Millennium was a big deal roller coaster, and it goes so many thousands of feet, and all this stuff. And so, but he was all excited.
Yeah.
And he's going to ride it. And fortunately for us, it had rained that morning, so the line was very
that's
very
good for
short.
You. Yep.
Yeah. So me being, a good friend, and I know Rick would do this for me too, I would wait in line with him. And then when it came time to get on, I just, step in and step out.
Yep.
And then I go and I wait on him, And so the guy is the attendant or whatever, tells you where to go, come in, sit down, do this, do that, So I stepped in and I stepped out. And the guy
out the other side.
Yeah, on the other side.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, whoa, wait a minute here. He said, you can't do that. And I'm like, yes, I can. He goes, but you got to stay in here. And I said, no, you want to lose an arm? You're going to get hurt, And so my friend Rick says, yeah, I wouldn't advise that, I've seen her, He says, the last guy, did not end well, And so the guy's like, okay.
That's wonderful.
So I just went down, and waited for him. But he loves roller coasters.
Did he like it?
Oh yes, he loved it.
Good.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah. I think he stood in line another time to ride it again. I think later on that day.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, they had like two different ones there. That the roller coasters, two different ones that he loved.
We are running out of time, so let me ask Austin. You got a prediction for us for the score for the Bengals in the Pittsburgh game?
Say around 33-26.
Who's going to win that one?
The Bengals.
33-26. All right, I'm writing that down in my head. Joe Burrow, Tony, you're right. Joe Burrow, he's on the way to be Rookie of the Year.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yep.
Rosenberg got hurt last night.
Yep.
Took him out and just wrapped his legs up and stuff.
Yep.
You're gonna be naming that hurt.
Yeah, you might be right. Anybody want to make a prediction for the Ohio State-Maryland game?
Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah, they've had trouble with Maryland in the past, and I don't like that they have to play. Did I say they were playing in Columbus, or did I say they're playing in Maryland? I can't remember. I think they're playing on the road.
Probably.
Look at Boston. That's who almost beat Clemson last week. They didn't score no points until
Boston College. Yeah, Boston College played Clemson very well. If Clemson hadn't had that game against Boston College, they wouldn't have been able to play Notre Dame nearly as close. Their quarterback, that freshman quarterback, got a lot of experience against Boston College. Linda is predicting OSU and OSU victory. Me too. I hope so.
I think so.
I'm excited about the Indiana game in 2 weeks. That's going to be when that was on the schedule and it was released, people overlooked it like it wasn't going to be a big deal. But now with Indiana in the top 10, what's that? Indiana beat Michigan handily. They trounced them. Indiana's 3-0. They're number 10 right now. They beat two top-ranked teams. They beat Penn State when they were number 8, and then they beat Michigan when they were number 23. Indiana did win. Indiana won.
What about the Jessica?
No. Indiana beat Michigan.
Okay, well, Michigan must have played comeback because Indiana was beating them.
Yeah, Indiana beat them. They beat them badly. Linda said the last time Ohio State traveled to Maryland, the Buckeyes won a shootout, 52-51. That's right. I couldn't remember the score, but it was really close, and it shouldn't have been.
Right.
Ohio State should have run away with it. So,
yeah,
if you're gonna win a national championship, you're gonna have a game where everything goes wrong and you still have to win it.
Yes.
So
exactly.
that's gonna happen.
Thanks, Judy.
Yeah, that's right, Tony.
Brady's game last night. They couldn't believe what was happening.
Yeah.
They couldn't get no momentum.
That's true.
They just come out there with just consistent scoring. And then you can just see it like, we can't beat these guys. That's what Pittsburgh gonna say.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. New Orleans jumped all over Tampa Bay and took them out of the game really early.
Wow.
Yeah. So maybe it'll happen, Austin.
Now, remember what's your name? Okay. They was talking to Newton on the news yesterday, right? Guess who's gonna play tonight? Right.
Who does play tonight?
Newton's in the Jets. That's gonna be New England.
Okay.
Patriots?
Yeah. So he's got a lot to prove, doesn't he? He's not having a good year.
Yeah.
Cam Newton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like the quarterback. I saw him last night. The one for Miami and the one for Arizona. They're gonna be making. They're gonna pay them more money.
Yeah.
Because look, they can beat the whole team by themselves.
Yeah, they're awfully good.
I saw them. They run it down, and I was wondering I'm gonna win this game. Because I got to say, whoever gets that ball. That's what he did. Man, he got the ball and came back and beat him. I think the score was 31-30.
Yep, I think you're right. It was a good game.
Hey, it wasn't making no professional passes. It was making 60, 70-yard passes.
Yeah.
And them guys are running on right on. And he's going to tell you, I know what's your name was predicted to beat Pittsburgh too. Because remember, Cowboys got a lot of injuries, right?
Yep.
They took them calling in a lot of college forms. Some of them ain't even signed up. Yeah, the field is placed for the Cowboys. That's what made them look so good playing against Pittsburgh. The Steelers.
It is tough.
The young ones.
It is tough for a team who hasn't been able to scout a quarterback, if there's no tape on the quarterback to
Oh,
watch.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
And
That
so
would be difficult.
Cowboys
Very,
kinda snuck one
very.
in there.
Yeah.
Going with the Bengals Sunday. Because that's what the Bengals got. They got 4 players out of these, I don't know if they got a yeah, they got, remember, the Bengals had 4 players who's hurt.
Yep.
They filled them in.
Yeah, the offensive line.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And that's how nobody can understand how I think you come along and just beat the Titans. Because they ran up a little. You out there playing the young boys and you can't see the touch, man.
I do have to give you credit. You did call it a win for the Bengals
Mhm.
over Tennessee. You're
I
right.
looked at them play last
Yep.
night, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be a similarity. What's gonna come Sunday? But the Bengals ain't gonna mess it up. But the Dogs, the Cowboys had them beat. They had a bad call.
Yep.
It was a bad call. Because I said, show that play. Show it again. They showed his players pushing the Cowboy players on the quarterback. Now, how could that be a rough in the back?
I don't like the call. I don't like
Bad
it.
call.
Even a lot of the sports broadcasters, he said, I don't like that. I really don't like that. He said, when he said up in New York, you couldn't even get the guy that always comment on the plays. New York, he would say nothing.
Oh yeah, I got you.
But it's one of the Pittsburgh folks. You 8-0.
Yeah, Pittsburgh 8-0 for the first time. They've never been 8-0. I didn't know that. It's pretty amazing.
Wow.
All right, you guys, thank you all very much for being here. Linda, thank you very much. Thanks for the comments. It was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
We had a good time. Judy, you have a good time?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a blast.
It went by fast, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
With the-
We're going to have to put you on the regular schedule. Yeah.
Okay.
If the Bengals beat the Steelers, like I'm pretty sure they will, I'm gonna come through here real quiet.
All right. All right. We'll see. Thank you all very much for being
All right,
here.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Come back at 2:45.
Yeah, looks like